because they looked at the production errors and made the Nintendo drift a little bit better and stick a little stronger, a little more durable. But the CEO said stick drift is natural because it's like tires. They naturally wear out.
Yeah,
There's
so like
no
I don't
way
really
to make
know
it
like what you're expecting.
Now I could see why people are mad about the Steam Deck already drifting because the Steam Deck came out on Friday.
Yeah, I get that.
It's only been 3 days. And so for it to already, some people are already reporting stick drift tells me Valve didn't really try to look into that, and instead was to be focusing on making everything PC power.
Oh my goodness, have you seen?
But if it's already drifting,
have you seen? It's a Disney Pixar, a Disney short, Paperman.
No. Sorry, no, I haven't.
No, okay, so it's
a.
See, we watched it in creative writing, and everyone hated on it.
Oh
okay, and I was like, guys, alright? Because the movie's like, well, because it has to do with, like, a little magic, okay? There's a little magic, a little Disney magic. And they're like, I think this could have been better if it didn't have that. I'm like, sir,
Disney.
Did you ever watch it? I was like, because they were like, yeah, you know, this is, like, kind of, like,
have you ever watched a Disney
And I was
film?
like, guys, I think we're missing the entire point here. Okay?
I think we're missing the point.
Disney.
We're missing the point.
But then we watched, oh my gosh, no, then we watched a characterization video in screenwriting, okay? This was a weird video. Not weird, because it was just random array of characters. Alright, the first character was Joker from The Dark Knight. Okay. Alright, we watched the scene. Then, guess who was the next character? Elsa. Singing Let It Go. My professor had never seen Frozen, and so she I actually know Let It Go by heart. I don't know how I feel about that. But she was like, so is that like an important moment? And so then somebody's like, well, yeah, kind of. And I was like, what do you mean kind of? This is the defining moment.
Yeah.
No, but then it was like some other like Fargo and all of that. We had to talk about characters. We're talking about anti-heroes next time. Anti-heroes are so cliche. Like they were cool, but like now they're like not as cool. At least it's not Rey yet, because there's no character development. Okay, we've been in a queue for 10 minutes. At what point do we say we're not getting into a game? Okay, see, I don't want to, like, say anything or, you know, blame Blizzard, but they told me that this queue would be a minute.
Sounds like Final Fantasy 14 when they told me my queue was less than 5 minutes, and I'm like, okay, but I'm 10 minutes in queue, so I think you're just lying to me at this point.
Oh my gosh. My roommate came today. She leaves the toilet seat up, and she leaves the bathroom light on.
I would kill your roommate at this point, but that's just me.
So my professor comes in.
Hey Sniper, I had a dash of Destiny 2 news that I was reading about on my search for gamer news. I'm pretty sure. I'm sure you already know they're buffing a drop rate for something.
Oh, I gotta find that. That is so cute. Oh.
Now I have to pull it up because now I feel terrible that I don't actually have it memorized.
Yep, so baseball's probably not gonna happen on schedule, which means I probably won't be able to go to a game this spring. Oh my god, did we finally get into a match?
Yeah, so I'm reading it right now. It's Destiny. Bungie's gonna be fixing the Wellspring weapon drop rates next week. because they saw complaints.
So my professor comes. My creative writing professor comes in.
Ooh, I enter the room.
And she, after, when class starts, she goes, okay, so how's everyone doing today? Good.
Ma'am, how can anyone be doing in this day and age?
I know, we've had 2, Augsburg students pass away this weekend. We're under nuclear threat, or, threat of nuclear war. Okay?
How can anyone be good right now?
The World War III might be coming. The sea levels are rising. The world's getting warmer, and I was like, "Ma'am, can you stop?" Oh, and then we're in a pandemic still. It's like, "Ma'am,
ma'am, we don't need this reminder thing."
Ma'am, and she goes, "But you guys already know that." And I was like, "Yeah, ma'am, we do."
Didn't need a reminder, thanks.
Thank you for apparently. Did they get into the EU?
Oh no.
Because I know they were meeting about it. Okay, rank. And then we're gonna be talking about social media Okay, I was jamming out to Hunchback of Notre Dame, and then because I was listening, because I have a couple songs downloaded, and then I was like, I'm just gonna watch the movie. And this actually kind of bothers me, Kristen. It's rated G.
It's a lie. It's a lie.
No, it could be rated G. I don't really actually understand the ratings. What makes PG.
I don't know who decides what rating is what.
No. What bothers me is that it says for the parental, warning here. It just says drug use or tobacco use, and I'm like, are you kidding me? We got a death of a mother, the potential death of a baby. Underlying, I don't want to say, the killing of gypsies. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff going on here. No, because then we were talking about, because we're doing fiction and why are we so interested
Don't worry,
in
Sniper,
fiction?
I'm on the look for Good News Network right now.
Why are we into fiction? And I was like, well, because it feeds our creativity. Plus, it takes us away from our reality, which is usually...
I mean, why do you guys think I sit on 14 so much? It takes me out of the real world. I would rather live...
I'm gonna go kidnap a goat.
Oh, okay.
You do that.
We can talk about other games. Persona 3 addiction, and it's the time I am going to draw so many Persona 3 characters, which is honestly a bad thing, I think.
Okay, see, I'm gonna talk about the no-no game for just 2 seconds.
You are not talking about the no-no game.
I'm not really talking about the no-no game, but I have a story idea.
I'm gonna play Final Fantasy V. I
understand. How?
That has the PS1 disc.
Oh my god. I was like, Kristen, do not tell me you bought it, because you might not have used my Steam.
No, I was moving stuff. I was moving stuff around. I forgot he has 1, 2, and 5.
Is that Furion?
No, 5 is Bart's,
no,
and
that's 3.
The only Final
Fantasy? No, 4 is Furion.
No, 2 is Furion.
What?
1 is Warrior of Light, 2 is Furion, 3 is technically no name, but they gave him Onion Knight.
That was
4 is Cecil, 5 is Bart's, and the only Final Fantasy that has more female,
so that's
female protagonist than male.
No, you have to get a Billy Goat because they have beards.
And then 6 is pick one of the 14 main characters. 7 is Cloud, 8 is Squall, 9 is Zidane, 10 is, you can debate who's the main character of 10.
Well,
12 is Fawn, sort of. 13
because
is the company.
Two characters say this is my story.
And then 15 is Boy Band Adventures. But he has 1, 2, and 5, so I'm gonna play 5, I think.
Yeah,
I'm done with Persona 3 again.
Anyway, okay, so my story has to do with mages, right? And so I was trying to come up with I'm you know, like some thought points. And then while I'm creating this, I'm feeding, like, my inspiration is coming too much from the No-No game. And okay, alright, we're gonna figure this out. And then I was like, what if we do this? I'm like, no, we're not doing that. What if we do that? No, we're not doing that. And I look at my paper, my notebook with it, and I was like, you know what, we're just gonna put this on hold for a little bit. We are not working on this one for a while. Okay, I told my brain that, so we are. An Alabama goat? What does that even mean, Alabama goat?
Goat from Alabama. Sweet Alabama. You know what arrived today?
Okay,
Not an Alabama goat. My Endwalker OST arrived.
I'm doing awful, I think. Okay, so are you prepared for game number 68? The one where I couldn't sleep?
Do you know what it said?
What?
When I open the box, and I'm gonna find it again. It says. So, Sinky, you know how you have the Square Enix music on Spotify?
Yeah.
And half of it's in Japanese?
Yeah.
You want to guess what the Endwalker OST is?
Oh no, it's in Japanese.
It's mostly in Japanese, however, they did include the booklet itself has English on it. But here's what it says. It says, please note that the Square Enix members point card included inside is only valid for use within the Japanese version of Square Enix member service. As this product was originally manufactured for the Japanese market, printed materials may appear in Japanese. As if the entire thing isn't already Japanese. Even my code for Vitra, who is a dragon you will eventually meet, was in Japanese. But that's why it's in Japanese, because they're too lazy to actually translate it. But I do have the English booklet.
Hey, it's hard to translate, especially not because you can either do like I was gonna say, girl, because you can do like direct translations, but sometimes that doesn't actually make any sense.
No, I actually love the 14 translation team because Kate is super cool.
It is so annoying though.
She does. What do you know? She's super cool. See, for the past 2 years, everyone thought it was Koji. He's a 14 developer as well. We all thought he was the one doing translation, but like at the last live vid, it revealed that Koji's actually working on 16. So he hasn't been working on 14 for a little bit. Well, he does, but not really. And so we were all thanking the wrong developer. And Kate was like, yeah, I was kind of just okay with it. Because she was okay with not having anyone come at her like, OMG, you wrote the even lines on Twitter. She's very chill. She's very chill. Translation is hard. Actually, it was a Game Informer article I read a few months ago that was talking with like seven different localizers and the challenges that you have to face. Like, direct translation usually doesn't work because it usually doesn't flow that well.
Especially, well, I swearing on occasion, but like metaphors and like idioms and you know the figurative language usually doesn't translate well.
They did translate an article, an interview with the head localizer for Neil the Wildlands with You, and he said that they had to translate songs because Neo's OST is in Japanese, and they had to translate some songs over to English, but it doesn't really work because just because the song lyric works well in Japanese doesn't mean it works very well in English. So they had to like rewrite everything, but it's not an easy job because you have to go, okay, well, what does this really mean and how can I make it make sense? That's why 14 doesn't use direct translation. Because, yes, Google may say it says that, but say it out loud and it really doesn't make sense now, does it?
And that's why if you look at like a lot of like dramas and shows, they have multiple titles.
I think it was
well in English
the same Game Informer article that I read, and it was someone saying they were doing when KFC was trying to drive into China. And so KFC was very demanding because you know the KFC motto is it's finger licking good.
Yeah.
And so they said direct translated. That's what they were paying the student to do, and so he did. And it came out into Chinese was eat your fingers off. So this doesn't really work now, does it? This doesn't really work now, does it? No, now let me do my job. eat your fingers off doesn't quite ring the same as it's finger licking good. But translation is hard, and that's why I appreciate all devs who even try, so. But also, Square, please, just put the darn English names on the CD. I do have the booklet, actually. I even got a big old dragon pal with me.
We're going this way. Yeah, so we had to launch student films that weren't very good. One of them was a parody of Indiana Jones. It was 18 minutes long. I'm not actually a big fan of Indiana Jones. I don't really know why.
That's kind of fair.
I really don't.
That's fair.
But, yeah, it was not. Plus, my professor didn't know how to do YouTube. And she doesn't really understand how to change the volume. So I almost went deaf today. I say that jokingly and also kind of almost, yeah.
Literal?
Practically, literally.
Yeah.
Gosh. It's like, ma'am! Can you turn it down a bit?
No.
Okay, Kristen, are you prepared?
There's no
Cannibalism?
down, there is only up.
Yes, cannibalism, yes. I
Did
forgot we were
someone
talking
say,
about...
let's be cannibals?
No, it was the KFC.
Oh, the KFC thing.
Yeah, that was for the
finger licking
cannibalism.
good, translated to eat your fingers off, and that's not quite the same. Not
Okay,
quite
game
what
106,
they were going
you
for.
are on hold.
Actually, in a dash of good news, well, it's really just a positive story, because that's what the Good News Network is all about. Sinky, you've been in an MRI machine before, right?
I have been in an MRI machine.
It's pretty
multiple
spooky,
times.
right? It's pretty spooky. And so, Lego is partnering up with hospitals to deliver MRI Lego
As
kits
children,
to help children who are, you know, like 5 to 9 that maybe need to go into an MRI machine with with the kits designed to help alleviate any fear they feel going into it. Because if you're a 6-year-old and you're like, I'm putting you in this machine, you're probably gonna feel a little spooked.
Well, I know a lot of when I had.
So Lego's gonna team up with a bunch of hospitals to help deliver those kits.
I think it was at one of the children's hospitals when I was in an MRI. I got they put goggles on me, and then I was able to watch a movie.
A little spooky.
It's getting scary.
And
No, it's not like it's
in an MRI machine.
Well, part of it is you can't move.
Yeah.
Then it messes up the scans.
And if you feel fear,
and when you tell yourself
you're gonna...
don't move, you fidget. No, it's just really loud. It's really loud, and the scans, the sound isn't necessarily like something like that you can predict. It's just really, it's really loud, and you are. I mean, it's not like you can't breathe or anything.
Hold your breath for 5 minutes, so die.
But like it is tight. I mean it is you are.
Yeah. So Legos can help team up to help kiddos who.
It. Yeah, I've been in them, and I think it also depends on like what you're getting it in for. Like I've had MRIs of my head, and where I am fully in the machine. But yeah, it's not a fun experience.
Nope. That's
it was awful. It was awful when I had my shoulder because you almost always move your shoulder just a little bit when you breathe.
Because you're breathing.
I mean, and plus you are holding an emergency button. You are holding an emergency button, and the people are talking to you through like a microphone or whatever.
Yeah.
And so like you're not like alone, but they'll be like, okay, I need you to stop moving. Man, I'm trying! I'm trying so hard. Plus I had an iodine injection, so My servants never die.
But there you go, Lego.
Guys, we gotta go to the...
Legos being Lego things.
Yeah, but like if you're like getting it on your knee, you could move like your finger. So you, but it's just when you.
It does kind of depend on where you are, because you do have to be rather limited in where you're moving. Otherwise, you're interfering with, well, the scan.
Yeah, it's not a fun experience. I'd much rather get X-rayed. Well, I'd rather not get any scans, but you know.
I would rather you not need any of the above. I would rather have
what exactly
none of
is
the above, but if I had to pick...
Oh, okay, so... gonna go all sciencey for a bit.
Ooh, heck yeah.
Sometimes...
Science!
When you're doing an MRI or a CAT scan of something, they want to, like, really, like... Well, sometimes it's, like, where... There are two reasons why you'd get an injection, like a dye injection. One is to, like, see... to illuminate, because it's, oh my god, this is gonna sound so bad, radioactive, but like in a very, 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 very low dosage, and it disappears within like an hour.
It's not that harmful. Got it.
Yeah, it's not harmful at all. It just illuminates. Or there's other ones that, especially when it's for brain, where you can see like the dye will get like the dye is to show where exactly, like, the brain's not working, or, like, where the blood vessels aren't, where they're not doing their job. But I've had it. I've had it because I'm not waiting 14 minutes. No. It's to see, just illuminate the blood vessels and the muscles and all of that. It doesn't happen all the time. Like, I think I've had, oh my god, like 5 MRIs and only maybe 1 or 2 of them.
Anyway, yeah,
have had
medical history.
have injections. Yeah, I just don't like needles.
You think he's medical history.
Yeah, it's not like bad or anything. Doesn't take any more time. Anyway, are you prepared for my story?
Heck yeah, hit me.
Okay, not that one.
So anyway, in today's news...
Oh, wait, actually, Kristen, so you know how, like, a lot of sayings, we only say the first part? We always leave out the second part?
Oh, for example,
like,
curiosity killed the cat, but no one ever says the second part, which is, but satisfaction brought it back.
And I think there's another one, like, early bird gets the worm, and I think there's actually something after that. I think it's something like, but the other animal got more enjoyment or something like that. It's true. I was trying to come up with a, like, sort of something like that for good soldiers follow orders. And then I was trying to think of, like, a way to turn it to say, like, well, but, like, you know, some order, like, a better soldier learns when to say no. So I am trying to. That's what I've been puzzling my mind around. Anywho, I forgot I was doing
another quote, which no one ever says, is a jack of all trades is a master of none, but the second part is, but oftentimes better than a master of none.
Can you stop that?
Gosh
darn
I just
it!
the people go through the second part of Curiosity Killed the Cat, but satisfaction brought it back.
Yeah, because Snoopy, do you know why we said that at the same time? Because we talk about it a lot. Or maybe not a lot, but we talk about it frequently. Okay, so number 68. Okay.
Snooper, Sinky, and I are just on the same wavelength.
Yeah, we're on the same wavelength. Like, what's the best sport in the world? 3, 2, 1, baseball.
I was gonna say baseball too, because honestly,
well,
I don't know if that was like a trick question.
I actually was like, well, maybe not anymore. No, I actually was gonna be like, okay, she's probably gonna say hockey.
3, 2, 1,
and
baseball.
I was gonna say volleyball.
Oh, that
or
would
you're
have
both
also
the
worked.
same person. Wow, you both. I can assure you we're not the same person, because I'm better.
No, because I'm cooler.
But you know what cool stands for?
You're gonna go the old saying that we used as children. What was it? It's I think it's a. Oh, I think. Oh shoot! I just remember
it was like out of style.
Out of style loser.
Out of fashion.
Was the last
loser.
part. Out of style loser was the last part. I don't remember the first two.
Yeah, I don't remember.
It was just that saying we said in elementary school when we wanted to attack that one person we hated. I'm the cooler, Sinky. It's that meme. The year before the cooler.
Uh-huh.
I'm way cooler than Sinky. Grounds. I am a pengu. That means that I'm automatically better.
I mean, I'm hippo and a gorilla. I'm a...
Did you know in Forbidden West there are hippo robot machines? And they're scary, man.
What are we streaming? What else are we streaming tonight? Nothing tonight, probably.
Nothing. She has class.
I have class.
Sinky, in Forbidden West, there are hippo machines that try to kill you. They are so scary because it's like.
Oh my god, I'm getting it now.
Because they go so fast.
Pengu, hippos are fast.
Yeah, it's like the devs did their work because they designed it off the hip. They're huge and they're fast.
Like, they are man-eaters, but they don't, like, they are man-killers, but they're not man-eaters.
You go, oh man, it's a hippo,
oh my
and then
goodness,
they come at you, it's like, oh god.
Okay, I'm not talking about my story, but did you know scientists, I think they're are they scientists, have established that there wasn't just one T-Rex, there was a species of Tyrannosauruses. Tyrannosaur.
There were 5 Tyrannosauruses, 5 Tyrannosauri.
Oh, you already know that?
No, actually, that's interesting. I was trying to figure out the way to say plural form of T-Rex.
Well, like, what's the plural for platypuses, right?
It's
platypi?
But I think it's just, this was a question in P3, because P3 is written like a 2007 video game, because that's when it came out, so it was an English question, and it was like, what's the correct form of this?
Oh! Okay, I'm rusty.
We don't say things like mooses, we just say moose. Platypi? There were 5 platypuses, 5 platypus, 5 platypi. I don't know. Speaking English is for losers. Let's make our language.
Let's go back to Latin. I really feel like we should go back to Latin.
Let's go backwards to Latin again. I think this is a great idea. Let's relearn the dead
language.
Heck yeah. I'm all for this idea.
Okay, are you prepared?
Your idea, anyway, before we get off topic.
Game number 68. Okay? See, I'm not very good at, like, world building. I mean, I am, but, like, not actually, like... You can't tell me to, like, make a map. Okay? I'm not very good at, like, describing... Like, my screenwriting professor's like, described? You know, I want to see more of the destroyed town city. I'm like... You want me to draw it for you?
Want me to draw it?
Destroyed building there, destroyed building there. Anywho. Okay, so just
this
imagine...
This building is just rubble.
Actually, I don't even know the time period. Okay?
Okay.
I don't. So,
okay.
Because originally, it was steampunk. Okay?
But not anymore.
Because... Well, is Dishonored steampunk? It doesn't matter. Okay.
Sort of, yes.
Well, this was when, like, steampunk was, like, really cool. Now I think people are like, what was so cool about steampunk? I still freaking love it. Because it's...
I think it's still neat,
It's sort of Victorian-ish. Because if it's not Victorian, it's usually steampunk. Anywho. What was that? Oh yeah, we didn't even get started. Okay, so my 2 protagonists, I have 2 of them. Okay? You will never imagine their names. The male is called Protag. The female... No, it's called Femtag.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Okay, so we have 2-ish well, sort of one main character.
It's like MC and
he
MC,
is
that's what we call
he.
the P3 crew.
Okay? Then the female who's sort of a protagonist. See, the thing is, like, I'm writing this, and I'm like, okay, there were like a couple scenes. I'm like, okay, is this scene like as like not very like pro-feminist? Anywho, okay, so close your eyes, and oh shoot, we're still playing. Not ranked though. I can't talk about my stories and then do rank at the same time. That's why I failed last time. Okay, in a steampunk-ish, maybe, world. Okay.
Got it.
I don't know the government yet. Okay, there's a leader.
Working on that. Okay.
There's
progress.
a leader, and there are some leader youngins, who are under the leader.
The youngin.
I don't know if kidnap some Europeans. Why would I kidnap Europeans? Europeans are so boring. Anywho, should I kidnap Europeans? You know, because they're like always like the colonizers. You know, should we colonize Europe? Okay. Anyway. Okay, so government may or may not be good, I don't know, okay? There's a lot of, like, things I don't actually know about this story.
So just give me what you got.
Anywho. Oh wait, we're capturing the flag, what am I doing? Are you talking about Antarctica? Oh my goodness, no, side note, somebody tweets. There's, like, about a dog or something like that, or like a safe place to go for Ukrainians. And somebody tweets, well, there's no safe place where they can go. And I was like, actually, technically, Antarctica's pretty safe, because no one attacks Antarctica because they can't.
Antarctica is safe on the ground, so every country has agreed Antarctica is not something you can touch.
Stay in Antarctica.
That's why everyone has a science base down there, because it is an agreed upon science land.
Okay, anyway.
No
and I'm sure, like, you could go up to space, you know, like, no one really knows space. Anywho, just, you know, how to get there. We're taking a rocket!
Space! Anyway,
okay,
story!
So we're not talking about Antarctica.
Stop getting off the
maybe this is Antarctica. Maybe they have a world. They colonize Antarctica.
Wouldn't it be really, really cold?
Well, Kristen, that's assuming, if we don't, completely destroy... No, no, here's what would happen.
Story, tell me!
Wait, penguins live in Antarctica, right?
Yes!
Okay, see, the first human, well, actually, we do have some, like, people there. The penguins would be like, who are they? Are they coming into our territory? And then we die by penguins. The penguins and the leopard seals, team up.
Team up. They team up for...
take us all out. They're like, no, get out of here.
Okay, story, tell me.
Anyway, so, have protag. Okay, so the scene sets up, okay, it's gonna be like a thief, okay? In this dystopian, see what I was thinking is sort of like the Thieves Guild in Skyrim. I think. Okay, so like, just like imagine that. But then sort of like the Oliver Twist. Oh my god, do you know who Oliver Twist is?
Yeah, okay. Yes.
Okay, good. Alright. So, the scene sets up, this is what I figured out this morning. Actually, technically it was this morning because it was about like 1 AM. Well, actually, no, I was up till 1.
Sinky.
Anywho!
Story.
What if Earth is Antarctica? Okay.
Thingy. Story.
So we start off. Well, hold on. I gotta get there. Okay. No, that's no. That's a no game. That's no. That's not it either. Where do I have my beginning? Wait, why did I do? Oh, because that's a different one. Okay. Here we go. Nope, that's not it.
No one can.
That's not it either. Where did I write it out? Here we go. Found it. Okay, so. Again, it's not set in stone yet because there are some serious flaws with this so far. Okay, we start off in a chase. Femtag and Protag. God, that sounds so weird. No, see the problem.
Like I said, we call it P3.
This is why I cannot tell stories. Because I keep trying to write. When I write fem, I'm always I'm so used to writing femshep, and so they're like fems s. No, this is femtag. Anywho, okay, so protag and femtag are running or on a horse. Okay, I don't know what. All right, what are they running from? I don't know. Well, actually, no, I don't really know. Okay, so there are these. They're getting chased by these men. Okay, all right, but you don't know who they are. You don't even know like who's the pro tag. Okay, you're like, who are these people? Why should I care? All right. Anyway, so they're running. Who is the most annoying person in your game? In this? It would be the narrator.
Sorry.
Anywho,
Stop
so they're
your
running.
sniper.
They're running along, all right, and then somehow they manage to get themselves in a forest. Ish. Okay, and so they're running. Okay, and the people are like, "Yeah, I've never idea." I don't know what weapons we'll have, so it'll either be. I obviously want swords because I freaking love swordplay. But I don't know. Okay, anyway, maybe guns. I don't know. So they're running, and then they get to the edge of this like cliff thingy-mabobber, and there's water on the ground. There's water below. Like it's like a kind of a deep. Like it's a deep. I mean, it's not like, you know, like Niagara Falls, but like you know, it'll be a fall. Anywho. So this is where I'm actually super, like, this took me about an hour to plan out, okay? Just this scene. Okay, so I was like, okay, so they reach the end, okay, and see, at this moment, okay, they don't notice it, but we, the viewers, see that the ground is starting to, like, how do you, like, break? I didn't actually know how to write it, like, the ground begins to, like, underground itself. Anyway, so you're like, oh my god, that's gonna fall soon, and they're gonna go whoop over. Okay? Okay. And so then I don't know how long. Okay, this is what I was like, do they have a dialogue? I wrote dialogue. It's poo. Change the swords into balloons. Okay. I actually was like, do we have airships? But like, that's getting too far into it. Okay, so then they're at the edge. Okay, they're at the edge, and they can hear. Oh god, my knee's still hurting. They hear the people who I don't necessarily know are coming, and they're like, "Oh my god, what do we do?" Okay. Now they either have a dialogue. I don't know. Okay. And so then, boom. Oh no, the ground breaks apart. Okay, so she, the femtag, I'll just say she and he. She falls. I don't know how to make this work. Okay, so you know Until Dawn. I know you know Until Dawn. It's that scene where both of them fall, but one of them's holding on to like a root, and the other, you know, like they're holding on. So just imagine that. That's what I was imagining. Okay. So then we have this scene, and they're like, "Oh my god!" And so then, okay, so the protag has an arm injury. Okay. Again, you're like, why? Where does he get this? Okay. What's going on? Okay, so he has an arm injury, and so the arm that it is holding femtag is the injured arm. Okay, all right, and so he's holding on to like the ground or a root, and so then they may or may not have a dialogue. Okay, she's like, okay, just let me go. Okay, you know, like, you know, and then she says something about like somebody has to take this guy out. Okay, let me read the line. Okay, okay, so one of us has to stop him. Well, who the heck is him? That's a really good question. So good, I don't even know him, not really. Anywho! Alright, and so then, she's like, just let me go, you know, your arm's hurting and all of that, okay? He's in immense pain, alright? And so then, he, is like, oh my god, what do I do? Do I let go? You know, blah, 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 blah. And so then he says, I'm sorry, and then boom, fade to black, okay? Oh my god, what happened? Did they fall? Did he let go? Like, what's going on? Okay, Kristen, you have those questions? Yes, of course you have those questions.
Of course, actually, I do, so...
And so then, we come to 10-ish, I'm really bad with ages, 10-ish years before. Oh yeah. So those questions that you have aren't going to be answered right away.
But I want to know now.
Okay, see, because that's so great, because, like, I want to know as well.
Ooh.
Anyway, okay,
so
we teleport, time travel back in time, okay? 10 years-ish, alright? Then we have, it's like this crowded, like, little market area, okay? I don't know. There are people here, okay? And so then we see this little child, okay, 13-ish, and he's obviously the main character, okay? But you see, he's like, he got no arm injury, so like, what the heck? Like, what is going on here? Okay, so then, he is watching, okay, so this little child. Can I say little child when I'm referring to like a teen? Like a 13-year-old? Anyway, the kiddo is watching, like looking around, okay? Yeah. Like, what is this guy doing? Okay, so then he sees a little, like, someone's pouch tied to his belt or something. Anyway, so he assumes that there's, like, coins. I also hate coming up with monetary stuff. So all of my stuff have coins. Anywho. Okay, so he sees like a little pouch or something, okay, and he's like, oh my god, I'm gonna steal that, okay, from this man, okay? And so then he like sneaks his way a little over there, and so then he grabs it, and then he starts, you know, walking back nonchalantly, like, oh, I haven't done anything. And the guy, the man, okay, man number one, well, actually, I just have him named Man, is like, what in the world? Who took my little pouch thingy that has some valuable stuff in it? And so then he like, no, everyone's like minding their own business, and so then he sees that this little kid, is like trying not to act suspicious, but in doing so is acting completely suspicious. Okay? And so then they make eye contact, and the man is like, oh my god, he took it. Alright, and so then he's like, hey you little brat! And so then he runs after, and then we have a chase, okay? And this chase is like through the town, okay? Alright, I don't know if they do some like parkour moves. Okay, I don't know, okay? Alright, that's too much for me right now. Alright, so they're like running through the town, and the little dude, the man is like, hey, give me back my stuff! Okay? And so they're still running and running and running, and then the kid gets his, oh my god, what happened? What did we do here? He gets shoot. So he, like, there's a crowd of people or something, and so then the man loses the child, okay, the kiddo, protag. And so then the protag is like, I won. And then he almost runs into this guy. Okay? Again, this old-ish man. His name in my notes is Father Figure, because he's going to become the father-ish figure. Okay, and so he's like, whoa, 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 whoa there, son. Don't worry there, kiddo. Oh, you know, where are you running off to? Like, you should watch where you're walking. The kid is like, okay, yeah, sure. And so, like, he's, again, trying not to be suspicious, but in doing so is acting completely suspicious.
Yep.
And so then the father figure is like, you in trouble, kid? Like he actually shows a bit of concern, okay? He shows a bit of concern. And so then the protag is like, push up! Push up, everything's fine. And so then the man finally catches up. Oh my god, I just fell. Catches up to the protag and the father figure, okay? And the man's like, yo, I got you now, you little stupid boy. Okay, now give me my whatever, my satchel. We'll call it a satchel. And so then he's like, oh my goodness, boss, what are you doing here? And the kid's like, what? going on? Okay, we will commend this guy because his team was awful. And so the father figure's like, whoa, what's going on here? And the man's like, dude, this kid, he took, oh, finally I got to level 4. And this kid, the father figure's like, what's going on? And then the man's like, okay, so this little runt here, he took my thing, he took my satchel, okay? Okay, and so then the father figure's like, yo, did you do this? And the kid's like, what? Me? Yeah, I did.
Never.
I did steal it. And so then the father figure's like, okay, so let me see the satchel. Okay? And so then the protag hands him the satchel, and it turns out there are like a bunch of like coins and jewelry in the thingamabobber. Okay, in the satchel. Okay, so it's like, oh my goodness, this guy was stealing from everyone else, and so he stole the goods, and then his goods got stolen. Okay, yes. And so then the man's like super embarrassed, like, oh my god, I messed up in front of the boss. Okay, and so then the boss, the father figure's like, and so then he hands the kid the satchel back to the kid. Okay, he's like, all right, fine. You have it. And the man's like, yo, dude, what the heck? Like, what's up with that? Like, I worked hard for that, okay? And the man's like, the father figure's like, did you know? Okay, like, you got outschooled by, how, a 13-year-old. Alright, and so then the father figure's like, okay, so let's have a conversation, you know, in private, okay? And the kid's like, oh, no, thank you, no, thank you. And the father figure's, no, I really insist. And so the kid is like, okay. And so the kid goes with him, and the man follows. The man is like super, like he knows he's in trouble. Okay, and we can like sort of sense it in the room. He messed up. Okay.
Right.
All right, and so then okay, so they go to a building, and they go to like a mini office. Something, and so then the father figure's like, okay, and so the man comes and the kid follows, and the father figure's like, okay, so dude, man, I'm gonna talk to you later, so like you can leave. And so then the man is like, oh, okay, and that's the last time you see him. Okay, father figure either A, killed him or had him killed because he is a failure. Okay, the father figure does not accept failures. Okay? Alright. So anyway, that's the last time you see him. Alright, so bye-bye. And so then, the father figure is like, okay, kid, so like, what's your name? And the kid is like, well, my name is Protagonist. But you can call me Protag. And so then the father figure is like, okay, Protag. Okay, Snippy, I will answer that question in a wee bit. I just turned down my... I don't know why this turns down. Anyway, where was I? Okay, yeah. Protag. Well, Protag, where are you from, Protag? And, the Protag, like, is that, like, do you really need to know? In other words, and then the father figure's like, no, it's not really necessary. In other words, I don't know. And so, that's where he's from. He's from I don't know, okay? And then the dude's like, where is his parents? And he was not here. Alright? Okay. Again, because I don't know. Okay, and so then the dude's like, well, okay, so, I run a business here, okay? Oh my god, I almost fell off the edge. And you seem to be, like, pretty good without any help, alright? But, like, stick with me, kid, we're going places, okay? Alright? I swear. You and I, we are going places. And, he's like super kind and nice, okay? And so then, the dude, father figure's like, but if you want, you don't have to, of course. But like, yeah, I mean, I could teach you everything I know, okay? And like, you could be great, okay? You could be making a lot, you could be rich, and all of that. And the kid's like, okay, whatever. He's like, yeah, you can have like a place to stay, food on the table. And so the kid's like, okay.
Okay, I'm following. Yeah, I have this idea.
PSA, if a man says, I can offer you food, and a place just probably say no. Anywho.
Yeah, because that's stranger danger, suspicions, 1000.
Anyway, this is fiction. So, he takes him, I don't know if it's like in the same building, but he takes him to like this other place, and there are like some people there. It's his own little guild family thing. That sounds like a cult. It's a guild, okay? It's the Thieves Guild, okay? And there are like 13-year-old, like, you know, there are some, you know, youngins, because youngins make the best pickpocketers. Anyway, and then there's some older people, okay? But then, not now. So then, see, this is going to be a game, so we will progress through, like, you start pickpocketing, and, like, because the town has different districts, okay? We have District 1, which is the rich district.
Very
Maybe.
understandable.
The second district, which is the middle class district, and the third district, which is the poverty one. Okay, there's probably gonna be more, and it's going to be more mixed and nuanced, but okay, that's what we're gonna go with, okay? So I actually don't really know what would be the like what's going to be the easiest, because I was like trying to think of it. This is like my thought. I was like, okay, but who would protect their things more? Would it be the rich or people who live in poverty? Because, you know, like, the rich,
Because if you're in poverty, you're going
obviously-
to be very defensive over what
Yeah,
living
yeah, because I was like, what do you know, like, and because I was trying to, like, I don't want it to be like a Robin Hood situation, because it doesn't really work. Anyway, so I was thinking, I was like, which one would be easier to steal from? You know? Like, would it be easier to steal from the wealthy because they don't really care necessarily? And then, like, you could make the argument that, like, because you're taking, yeah, you know, you're taking what could be like their life's earnings. Anyway, so that doesn't matter. So you learned like to steal and pickpocket, and you know, you work your way up district-wise, and then like they don't kill, okay? But they do, like, teach, like, you learn how to handle blades, because we're definitely having blades. And crossbows. I don't know about bows and arrows, but we are definitely having crossbows, because crossbows are awesome. I'm gonna work crossbows into everything. Okay? Anywho.
Okay.
And so, crossbows, Okay, so then... So he learns-ish. This is where it gets really... This is where it doesn't get... Okay, this is where actually I have to look at my notes. Okay, so then you're like, okay, so but like where does the femtag come in, okay? Because like, we know, we get the, we know who the pro tag is, alright? But like, who's the femtag? Well, the femtag is maybe a bit older, okay? But in the same guild, okay? Okay, and she's like super good, okay? This is not like a weak, meek woman, okay? Femtag, okay? Nya 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 nya, okay? Alright, she's a badass. Alright? A badass. Okay, so they bond, and they do some heists together. Some good, some not so good. Okay, so they bond. I don't know if they're going to have a relationship or not. Okay, because, like, it can work, but it also could work that they don't. Like, they're just, like, you know...
Just pals.
Just pals. Or, like, more like siblings. Because, like, I don't know
It's
if you
a
would, like...
sibling relationship, not a...
If you... Yeah, I don't know if it's gonna be platonic or romantic. I'm still... Ugh. Because it could work either way. I could make it work either way. Anywho. Okay, so then... So that happens, and so this is where it gets very... Because this is... I don't actually have, like, a... This is what happens, and then, you know... Through a line, and then we have plot. I'm like, no, we have this is going to happen, this moment is going to happen, and this moment is going to happen. The father figure is evil, okay? Like, he's... I mean, it might be like some like, oh, he's like, he takes care of like he make like the people in his guild like are well, like there's no like abuse or anything, like they are well, and he not kidnapping him or anything. All right, so he takes care of people, but he's like teaching them like, you know, crimes and all that, and he's killed people. Okay, so I actually don't know what his like the main problem of his is. Like I don't know if it's like, okay, does he like want to be like come into politics, because that would be super easy. Okay, so anyway, so where was I? Okay, so femtag. Okay, so femtag. All right, so like when they're like 18, 19, young adult. Okay, so she for some reason leaves. Okay, leaves the guild, leaves the city. Okay, you may say, Sinky, why does she do that? I don't know. Okay, don't know. Cause she doesn't. She has like this weird thing. Like she doesn't trust the father figure when she grows up. Okay. Again, nothing like it's not like cause like he did anything, you know, to her per se, but you know she's just like, well, you know what? People have been disappearing from our guild, and I think he killed them. Okay, and so she tells Protag that, you know, like don't trust him, you know, because you know he's not a good dude. All right, and Protag's like, what do you mean? This guy is great. He's my paw, but not really my paw. Anyway, okay, and so then they do a heist. Okay, well she leaves. Then she comes back and they meet and they're like, oh my god, what are you doing here? And then like, wait a minute, okay. And then they go their separate ways again. Alright, so then it becomes the heist. Okay, so then the father figure's like, yo, dude, the son I never really had, Protag. This is like a good one, okay? Like this is like, there's gonna be like some paintings that you're gonna steal and all that. Like it's gonna be like, this is gonna be like it. Like, this is gonna, like, set us up for a while, okay? And the Protag's like, alright, fine, yeah, shit. Anywho, so he goes to this place, the house, okay, the big house. And then he's like, okay, there's no one here. Woohoo! Okay, so then he does his thieving, and then he gets, cause it's multiple stories, multiple floors, so he gets, like, to a floor, and he's like, oh, there it is. And so then he takes it, but then he hears like this weird noise, okay? And he's like, what in the world is that? And out comes this big old dog, okay? This big old like woofer, alright? And runs after him. And so he's like, oh my god, what do I do? Anyway, so he gets mauled by this dog, okay? And that's, he's biting his arm. Okay, so you're like, oh my god, that's why he gets hurt. Yes. Okay, so he's nomming on his arm.
Nom nom nom.
Because originally I had it how he actually lost his arm. Okay, but this, I've tweaked it a little bit so he doesn't actually lose his arm. Anyway, so he's like, oh my god, get off of me! You dog, get off of me! And so then he's like, okay, Bruno, I actually had the dog named Bruno. This is way before, Encanto. Bruno, heel. Should I have him be Achilles heel? That's in the Hunchback of Notre Dame. I can't say that. I created it myself. Anyway, so the dog's like, okay, master. And so then the dude comes in. He's like, wow, hello, blah, 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 blah. And they have a dialogue. And see, this is where he was set up, okay? Protag was set up by the father figure. I don't know why he was set up, okay?
He just was.
He just was, okay? I actually have some, like, possibilities, but none of them are solid yet. And so then the Protag's like, what? Nah, I couldn't have been set up. And the dude's like, well, you know what? I knew you were coming here. I set my doggy on you. And so then he's like, Protag's like, oh my god, I was set up. And so then he, like, uses, like, a smoke bomb. And runs out the window, okay? Because he's good at parkour, okay? Because you can't be a thief and not have good parkour skills. Okay, so then he parkours and he's like, well, where am I going to go now, okay? Where am I going to go? Okay, I got a bleeding arm. And, yeah, I can't go home, especially if I've been set up. And so he's like, oh my god, I'll go to Femtag. And so then he goes, because she's on, like, the second floor, okay? And he can't, like, walk in. Okay, so he's like, oh my god, I'm going to have to do some parkour, but with an injured arm. Anyway, so he magically gets up there. Okay, in the second floor. Oh my god, the window's locked. Wow. And so then he, like, bashes it, and he finally breaks it open, and the he's like, okay! And it's raining. Okay, it's raining. I forgot to mention it's raining. Okay, that's not actually important. Anyway, so it's raining. And so he gets in, and so then she has, like, a weapon drawn because there is this dude banging on the window and breaking in. Okay, so she goes, okay, so you got, like, 2 seconds before I shoot you, okay? And so he's like, howdy. And they go, oh my god! And so then... and so then she's like, oh my god, what happened? And he was like, I've been set up. And so then, like, they, like, get it, you know, like, him situated and all of that. So so she looks at the woman, oh my god, you gotta have this sewed up. And he goes, you know how to sew? No, of course not. So then she gets somebody, either calls somebody, because phones exist in this. Cars might not, but phones do. And so she's like, yeah. Okay, and so then be like, yeah, somebody's coming. Okay, so then later somebody comes. Alright, and he is a doctor. Oh my goodness. So he looks at his arm, he's like, well, I should be able to, you know, keep your arm. Hooray. And so then he knocks him out with something because it's going to be extremely painful. Anyway, so he stitches the arm up. Okay? And so then... And then it's established that the doctor is her brother. Okay? They have a really weird... Not weird relationship, but, like, distant. They were distant as children. Obviously, because the brother wasn't in the guild. Okay? Anywho, so then they're like, yeah, okay, your arm will be fine. Just don't do anything. Okay? Alright, and so then he leaves... And so then Femtag and Protag have a conversation, and she goes, so, well, like, what actually happened? He goes, you were right. You were right about father figure. You can say you were right. And she goes, no, of course not. Maybe I was a little right. Okay, and so then they're like, what are you going to do? Like, what are you going to do? And Protag's like, I don't know, because he doesn't know anything. Like, he doesn't know what he's going to do. Like, he doesn't know why he betrayed him. It's almost as if the author doesn't know why he betrayed him. And bing bada boom, that is all I have. Because then he's like, well, I'm going to, you know, I have to go talk to him. Okay, but then she's like, okay, but before, you know, you got to have a safe place. So then she has, like, a safe house. She goes, yeah, you can go there. Or you can stay there and no one will know you're there. He goes, oh my god, thank you so much for doing this. And she goes, you're welcome, my bud. Platonic or romantic, don't know yet. Okay, so... And voila! That is all I have so far. What do you think? There are some serious questions that need to be answered. So then eventually we will get to the part where they are on the run from who knows what, and then it will, like, converge back to the beginning. And they do fall. He lets go, I think. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe she dies. I don't know. Maybe they both die. Maybe that's it, because, like, we're super realistic here. They fell, like, 30 feet into the water. Yeah, no, they're dead.
G-force is still the same.
They are dead. But yeah, that's what I got so far, Chief.
Don't
Anyway,
worry, I'll catch you. Unfortunately, X character still feels the same amount of G-force and still dies.
Anyway, Snappy, you said, like, what is your favorite? Okay, so let me tell you how hard you're making this. Okay, so I actually have them numbered. I have 106 story ideas. Okay, there are, like, I could probably narrow it down to, like, 40 where, like, I actually have, like, stuff. Because sometimes, like, for some of my stories, I have a sentence, maybe 2. Okay. But for most of them, I have a full page. Okay, so let's see. What are my top 3, you say? Okay, so definitely that one. The story, my title, my work title, Phantom Thief. First, because I wanted, when he would lose his arm, you know, like Sekiro, how he loses his arm, whoop, and then, gets, like, a new thingamabobber, new hand, but it's not really a hand. It's gonna have it like that, and then the protag experiences phantom every once in a while, but I just don't know. Okay, all right, it's hard to come up with, like, a fake hand. Okay, so obviously that one. Let's see here. I have a couple good zombie ones that I like. My superhero one. So okay, so the one that I just talked about, my superhero one, and then my Victorian England Monster Hunter one. But there are like concepts that I like. Like I have like a concept, like a series is going to be called Timeless, and it's where a character from a time period gets sent to a different time period. Like I'm thinking there's going to be a one where a modern day bank robber is going to be teleported or transported via some whatever to the Wild West and become, a bank robber there. Then, he's going to go back to feudal Japan. There's going to be another one who goes back to one of the Chinese dynasties. One of them is going to be going... I thought about doing, like, World War I to, like, modern day. And then vice versa, obviously. But so I like the timeless. I just haven't been able to, like, come up with, like, a solid story yet for really any of them, mostly because like I don't actually know enough about like the time period to write about feudal Japan. But yeah, there are a couple like not so much. I don't actually have a lot of like horror games. I have one where you play a detective who can see ghosts, and you go to like this like haunted asylum. And you have a partner who can't see ghosts but like understands that you see ghosts. And so then when you start talking,
when you said seas, I didn't hear goats. Ghosts. I heard goats, and I was like, sniper. I was like, this is a sniper story.
Ghosts, where the detective sees ghosts and your partner does it, and there's like some creepy things that happen in the asylum. Yeah. Most of these are like gameplay wise. Several of them are like I'm going to create a story, like a book out of them, but most of them are like, ooh, this is how I'm gonna be playing. Like this is it. I do have one, it's like a prophecy, like fantasy, but then there's like a prophecy, like the prophecy is like, oh my god, there would be like a set of twins, one with yellow eyes and one with not yellow eyes. The that evil and darkness. Okay, bring the world into darkness. The other one won't, obviously. Anyway, so then there's a set of twins. One of the twins have one of them has regular eyes and one of them has one yellow eye, and they're like, oh my god, what is he? And so then the father's like, I'm gonna kill him. So like because the town's like, oh my god, we can't have anyone with yellow eyes. They're gonna bring demise because they read the prophecy wrong. Okay, because the prophecy doesn't say which one is going to bring demise. It just says like, beware, there's gonna be, adult twins with yellow eyes, and so then the pa's like, okay, I'm gonna kill him, but he actually can't kill the kid, obviously, and so then he sends him on the best option, not an orphanage, some like sketch, like, yo, can you kill him for me? The sketchy dude is like, oh, but like this guy has like magical powers, so like we're gonna, because there's magic, obviously, we're gonna send him to like this other guy who's gonna train him to be the best assassin, okay, and then so there's that. I really like that one as well, but that one I might just do as a story, not necessarily as a game. Let's see here. What I have a couple like zombie ones that I like. There's one like with werewolves. There's one where you become a hitman and then you want to leave, and that's a big no-no. So then the hitman people come and try to kill you. There's another one in like the post-apocalypse. Yeah, and then I have my Robin Hood goes to Victorian London, which I like. But again, I don't actually know a whole lot about Victorian London to write about. Then I have the Penguin RPG. Don't have anything for that except it's going to be a Penguin RPG. Yeah, couple in space, but I have to for space, I have to create the world, know, the alien species, and that's really time consuming. Really time consuming. Oh yeah. Bada bing, bada boom. That is it. 106 stories, with some of them actually being kind of decent. And then, of course, we have that one horror game where the ending that is canonical, and the best ending is when you say, should I go into this haunted house or haunted asylum? No, no. You leave. And if you don't leave, the game gets progressively scarier. Saying, hey, maybe, just maybe, you should have left. Yeah, maybe. Yep. That is it. Snipey, are you sleeping? I hope. Actually, I don't even know what time. Oh my god, it's 5?
Yeah, I think you kind of lost track of time there, didn't you?
Yeah, this is why. Yes, I lose track of writing our time when I write too as well. So the whole little like beginning took me, I mean, from probably like to 11 to about 12:30. Yeah, it was not a fun experience. I mean, it was super fun because they were like, ooh, should we do this? No, that's not gonna work. Should we do this? No, that's not gonna work. We'll do this. That's fine. By the end, I was like, Cynthia, we're just putting something down. Yeah. I have a Twitter notification. Why do I have a Twitter notification? It's Women's Day, Women's Month. I don't know if that's international or.
It is.
Okay, I was like, it's
It's
Women's Month this month.
In other words, bow down to me.
Oh my god! All the games are being cancelled?
What?
What? The commissioner canceled all seasons!
Oh my. That's a bit extreme.
Oh wait,
Totally
okay, wait, no, okay, apparently the first 2 series of the season are cancelled.
Details probably still aren't quite clear what's gonna happen.
And the commissioner laughs.
Isn't he the one that no one wants to be commissioner anymore because he doesn't really seem to be enjoying his job?
God, he's making a mockery of the sport. It's a disaster. Everyone wants him gone except for the stupid owners. God, pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. Alright, anyway. I hope you enjoyed that. God, that took so much energy out of me. And I have to go to a 3-hour class. Alright. Whenever you see this, sorry guys, we didn't play a lot of Overwatch. It was mostly just me rambling.
It's okay.
It was, yeah. Okay, anyway, whenever you see this, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. We probably won't be back tonight. We'll be back tomorrow. With, I think, Chivalry. I think that's what we're playing in the morning. But I don't know. Yeah. So, we'll be back later. Peace out.